Hi everyone, I am the founder of the Grey Blind Owl. Today we will do some exercises about the decision structures. Here, the first one, instructions. We will create a program that calculates the factorial of any positive number. This is the critical point, any positive number. We will get a positive number from the user, then we will control the number if it is really positive. Then we will control the number if it is really positive. After that, we will calculate the factorial and print it on the screen. Let's start. Execute, compile, and run. Okay. We include our library, hashtag, include stdio.h. We create our main function, integer main brackets and curly brackets. We define our variables. I prefer long type for the factorial here. Long type for the factorial variable here. You can use integer type for this. This is not a problem. Integer, number, counter, and long factorial. Okay. We use the goto command to make sure we get a positive number. I call my label as enter label. Enter. Colon, enter, colon. We ask the user the number whose factorial will be calculated and we get it. Here, printf, please enter a positive number that you want to see its factorial, semicolon, scanf, the person sign D, ampersand number, and semicolon. Here. We are here. I will enter a negative number. As you can see, the compiler, the program warns us, please enter a positive number. Please enter a positive number and please enter a positive number that you want to see its factorial again. Okay, we check if the entered number is less than 0. Less than 0. If number is less than 0, do that. Printf, please enter a positive number and go to enter label. Go to command, enter label, and semicolon. We are here, as you can see. Please enter a positive number that you want to see its factorial. Okay, let's try 0, for example. Number 0, its factorial 1. We check if the entered number is equal to 0. This block, else if number equal, double equal, as you can see, double equal, not only 1, is equal to 0. Number is equal to 0, our condition. If the entered number is 0, we print the entered number and its factorial 1. Printf, number, the person sign D, factorial, the person sign D, number, and factorial, and semicolon. We finish the program here in this situation because we get the 0 and we print its factorial 1. The program has finished here. Okay, I start this program again, compile and run. We create a label again to calculate the factorial. Okay, we have not learned to use loops yet, so we do this operation with the goto command and the loop label. We have not learned to use loops yet. So we do this operation with the goto command and the loop label. Loop and colon. We use this line so that our counter increments 1 unit each time the loop tag is returned. Counter plus plus and semicolon. We specify our condition as we will achieve our goal when the counter reaches the entered number. If counter is less than number or counter is equal to number, We manage to update our counter above, and we write these lines so that our factorial is updated every time. Factorial is equal to factorial times counter and semicolon. We return to the loop tag by using the goto command until our condition is released. Goto loop and semicolon. Goto command, loop label name, and semicolon. Okay, for example, our number is equal to 3. Our number is equal to 3. And loop, we are here. Counter plus plus. Counter is equal to 0 here. Okay. Now, counter is equal to 1 here. If counter 1 is less than or equal to number here, number 3, do that. Factorial 1 is equal to 1 times 1 and semicolon. So our factorial is equal to 1. Go to loop. We are here. Counter plus plus. So our counter is equal to 2 now. If counter is less than number or is equal to number, do that. Counter 2, so 2 is less than 3. Okay, do that. Factorial 1 is equal to 1 times 2. Counter is equal to 2, so 1 times 2 and semicolon. Go to command, loop label, and semicolon. Counter plus plus. Our counter is equal to 3 now. If counter is equal to number or counter is less than the number, 3 is equal to 3. Do that. Factorial. Factorial is equal to 2. 2 is equal to 2 times counter. So 2 times 3. 2 times 3. So our factorial is equal to 3. Go to command and loop semicolon. We are here. Counter is equal to 4 now. If 4 is less than 3 or 4 is equal to 3, do that. But 4 is bigger than number, so this block will not be run. Okay, our factorial is equal to 6 now. We print the entered number and its factorial on the screen. Printf number, the person sign d, factorial, the person sign d, number, factorial, and semicolon. Let's try it. I will enter here 3. As you can see, number is equal to 3 and factorial is equal to 6. We finish our program, return 0. Now we will go on with the second exercise. Here, our instructions. We will create a program that helps to teachers. Firstly, we want the teacher to enter a passing grade for a lesson. We have to control if the passing grade is between 0 and 100. After that, we want the teacher to enter the first midterm grade, the second midterm grade, and the final exam grade of a student. While we are doing this calculation, we assume that the first midterms rate 30%, the second midterms rate 30%, and the final exams rate 40%. Also, we have to control the grades are between 0 and 100 again. Finally, if total grade is smaller than the passing grade, the program prints the student has failed on the screen. If total grade is equal to passing grade, the program prints you lucky boy or girl on the screen. If total grade is bigger than the passing grade, the program prints congratulations on the screen. Hint: line means or and ampersand means and. This is an alternative and you can use these operators in the condition parts. These are the new operators that you can use in your programs. Okay. Execute, compile and run. We include our library, hashtag include stdio.h. We create our main function, int main, brackets and the curly brackets. Now we define our variables. Float type is the best suitable type for all variables in this program. So float, midterm 1, midterm 2, final, total, and passing grade, and semicolon. We use the goto command to make sure we get a positive number between 0 and 100 for the passing grade. I call my label as passing. Passing, colon. We ask the user for the passing grade and we get it. Printf, please enter the passing grade for your lesson. Scanf, the person sign F, ampersand, passing grade, and semicolon. Now we check if the passing grade is less than 0 or bigger than 100. If passing grade is less than 0, our first condition, or passing grade is bigger than 100. This is our second condition. The first condition, passing grade is less than 0 or passing grade is bigger than 100. If the passing grade is negative or bigger than 100, we warn the user and return to our label with the goto command. Printf, you entered an invalid grade, please try again, go to passing. Let's try it. I will enter a negative number here. As you can see, you entered an invalid grade, please try again. I will try a number, for example, 105. You enter an invalid grade, please try again. I will enter 55, for example. Okay, 55 is our passing grade. 55 is our passing grade. Now we use the goto command to make sure we get a positive number between 0 and 100. I call my label as first colon. We ask the user for the first midterm grade and we get it. Printf, please enter the first midterm of your student. Scanf, the person sign F, ampersand, midterm 1, and semicolon. We check if the first midterm grade is less than 0 or bigger than 0. The conditions are the same. Midterm 1 is less than 0, our first condition, or the midterm 1 is bigger than 0, our second condition. If the first midterm grade is negative or bigger than 100, we warn the user and return to our label with the goto command. You entered an invalid grade, please try again, go to first label, and semicolon. Here, -5, a warn, 105, a warn, and I will enter 50, for example. Okay, we will do the same thing for the second midterm. We use the goto command to make sure we get a positive number between 0 and 100. I call my label as second colon. We ask the user for the second midterm grade and we get it. Please enter the second midterm of your student. Scanf, the person sign F, ampersand, midterm 2, and semicolon. We check if the first midterm grade is less than 0 or bigger than 0. If midterm 2 is less than 0 or the midterm 2 is bigger than 100, do that. If the second midterm grade is negative or bigger than 100, we warn the user and return to our label with the goto command. You entered an invalid grade, please try again, go to second label, and semicolon. Okay, -5, the warn, 105, the warn, and I will enter 60 here. Okay, we will do the same thing for the final exam. We ask the user for the final exam grade and we get it. Final colon printf, please enter the final exam of your student. Scanf, the person sign f, ampersand final and semicolon. We check if the final exam grade is less than 0 or bigger than 0. If final is less than 0, the first condition, or the final is bigger than 100, our second condition. If the final exam grade is negative or bigger than 100, we warn the user and return to our label with the goto command. Printf, you entered an invalid grade, please try again, and semicolon. Goto command, final label and semicolon. -5, warn, 105, warn, and I will enter 55. Okay. Now we calculate the total grade here. Total is equal to midterm 1 times 30 over 100 plus midterm 2 times 30 over 100 plus final times 40 over 100 and semicolon. We check if the total grade is less than the passing grade. If total is less than passing grade, printf, the student has failed, grade, the person sign f, and total. We check if the total grade is equal to passing grade, else if total equal passing grade, printf, you lucky boy or girl. As you can see, our total grade is equal to passing grade, so you lucky boy or girl. Else, printf, congratulations, grade, the person sign f, and total. Okay, we finish our program here. Return 0 and semicolon. Now we will go on with the last exercise. Here, instructions. We will try to understand the switch case structure. I know this is not a completely efficient program. However, if we want to make a very detailed example, I avoided such an example because the cases would be very diverse and detailed. Nevertheless, you still want to sharpen the usage, you can make a calculator at this stage. Firstly, we will want the user to enter a number that is between 1 and 7. Then we will print the day of week according to the number on the screen. We will only use switch case structure for this example. Please do not forget this. Execute, compile and run. We include our library, hashtag include stdio.h. We create our main function, integer main brackets and curly brackets. Now we define our variable. Char type is enough for this example because our number is between 1 and 7. So very small integer number. I will use char type. Char, day number and semicolon. I do not use the goto command to control if the entered number is between 1 and 7 because this is not the main idea of this sample code, and we will do this operation in switch case structure in default case, so I do not use the goto command. If you wish, you can add this part on your own here. We get the day number from the user. Printf, please enter a number that is between 1 and 7. Scanf, the person sign d, ampersand, day number and semicolon. We create a switch case structure and put the appropriate operation in the cases now. Switch, day number, and the curly brackets. Now, if the day number and the case number are the same number, the operation that is in the case will be run. The operation that is in the case will be run. For example, I will enter here 4. As you can see, Thursday, case 4, day number is equal to 4 because I entered 4 here. So the day number and the case number are the same number. The case 4 will be run printf Thursday and semicolon and break comment. Okay, I add this part for the wrong entries. You can also use go to command above instead of this. Default printf, there is no day matches. For example, if I enter here 0, as you can see, there is no day matches. If I enter here a negative number, as you can see, there is no day matches. If I enter here a number that is bigger than 7, for example 15, as you can see, there is no day matches. So default command will be run in these situations. Printf, there is no day matches, and the curly bracket. We finish our program here and return 0. That's it for this week. This week we have practiced to cover all decision structures. You can find the code files I used in the video in the description part. Next week we will continue with loops and say goodbye to the go-to command. Thank you for your patience and efforts. See you next week. Stay tuned.